Alright, so we have a fun one here. So Phillips versus Raulian Paiva. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Alright, so Paiva, he likes to walk his opponents down. He likes to, be on the front foot, walking his opponents down, trying to land his punches. And in turn, he can be quite predictable with his movement. You kind of can tell where he's going to be and you can land your shots from there and you don't have to worry about setting up your offense too much. But yeah, Phillips, he can be pressured onto the fence. So yeah, that is, one of the flaws in Phillips's game. You can push him to the fence and keep him there. But he does have quite nice striking. He has that karate background. He has good footwork. He's generally in and out with his movement. If you don't, pressure him and then keep him against the cage, he's likely going to dictate the pace. And I think the blitz 1-2 here will be landing quite a lot on Paiva. When he likes the blitz 1-2 on pressuring opponents just to kind of relieve that pressure and then get back out at range and use his footwork again. But yeah, so I think Phillips, he's going to be landing a couple of those blitz 1-2s, has nice spinning back kicks, nice back kick off the clinch break, nice spinning heel kicks, that karate background. And for Paiva, he's more of a guy that's going to plant his feet and then just throw a combination when the opponent closes distance. So when Phillips does blitz in for the 1-2, I think Raulian Paiva is going to be looking for, a heavy uppercut, set his base, heavy uppercut, or a 2-3 or a 3-2, really sit down on his punches and try and, land some combinations when when Phillips is rushing in. But Paiva, his head doesn't move at all. When he's looking for his offense or when he's throwing offense, which is 99% of the fight, he's very offensively minded and he's always looking for counters. So his head doesn't move when he is throwing these punches and when he's looking for his counters. So he is there to be hit, and he also has his hands low the majority of the time. So that's why he just gets caught so much in fights. He has shown a great chin, but he's moving up in weight. So maybe these 135ers, they're gonna hit a bit harder than the 125ers that you used to kind of eating all the shots from. But Raulian Paiva, he likes to lead with the 2 or the right hook often. Not really setting up his power shots and just kind of, leading with a big right hook. I think Kyler's going to slip it and he's going to look for a takedown. And Kyler does have a nice reactive double, hit a few times on Song Yadong. And then when he gets on top, he's got smooth transitions on top. He looks to advance to dominant position immediately, and then he'll posture up and look for heavy ground and pound if he does feel comfortable in that position. And if you do take him down, he's tough to keep on his back, he has good scrambles. So how these guys win, so for Phillips, he's well-rounded. His stand-up game and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game, they're top-notch, they're really nice. And for Paiva, he's got a great chin, he's got good scrambles as well. How these guys lose fights, so Paiva, he's very hittable, and I talked about why that was before, but he's very hittable. Path to victory for these two, so for Phillips, lots of movement, lots of footwork, try and be in and out with your movement, and then, landing your shots, get back out at range. Try and take advantage of the flat-footedness of Paiva. But also mix in that reactive double when he does come forward. And for Raulian Paiva, look for that heavy forward pressure. Don't give him space to throw his kicks and do his blitzes. Just try and, get in his face, put the pressure on. Also leg kicks. He seems a little uncomfortable defending against leg kicks, so look for leg kicks. And wait to counter when he closes distance. When he closes for the blitz 1-2, then you look to plant your feet and try and land the more meaningful shots in that exchange. How I see the fight going? So, even though Paiva's moving up from 125, the flyweight division, I think he's still going to be the one with a speed disadvantage. Kyler's super quick with his hands and with his entries, and I think he's going to give the flat-footed Paiva a lot of problems with his speed. Paiva just he didn't have the speed advantage over any flyweight, basically, and I still think he's going to have a speed disadvantage against a lot of these bantamweights. Also, Paiva doesn't really have the power to get the respect of Phillips like Song Yadong did, so I'm expecting Kyler to, really show up in this matchup and really just put it on Paiva. I think Phillips is better everywhere, plus he's the bigger guy, natural 135er. I think Kyle is going to put him in the matrix, honestly, and just dominate on the ground as well. So, yeah, that's the prediction. Hey, if you guys could like the video, I'd help out with the algorithm. Helps the channel get pushed a little bit more. That would be awesome. Alright, so The prediction is Phillips, or Carla Phillips, by decision. I think he should be this big of a favourite. Honestly, like, he's a fine parlay piece at this price. Like, this is a tailor-made matchup for him. And he's going to look this price. He's going to look even better, I imagine. So I don't hate him, as a parlay piece at this price. Phillips decision at $2.40 or plus 140. These guys are bantamweights at the end of the day. So it likely has gone to decision, historically and statistically. And Paiva does have a crazy chin. So, yeah, maybe Phillips by decision if you don't like paying juice.